What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell's going on with the video game industry right now. It feels like every day that goes by, there's something new that happens where I'm just like, how low can this industry sink before it starts coming back and treating people right? And the latest story in a long line of taking things away from people, we have Microsoft now taking Game Pass Ultimate away from their employees, making them pay for it moving forward because apparently that perk was costing Microsoft too much money, even though it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation that just paid $69 billion for Activision Blizzard and owes a tax bill of close to $30 billion to the US government. Now they need to start taking money away from their employees. But no, don't worry about the billions of dollars that they owe or that they've spent. Let's worry about the employees and the benefits that they're getting and start taking those away. Yeah, that makes sense. We have Sony with the recent news of layoffs at Bungie and Naughty Dog, among a slew of other companies that are underneath their umbrella. And then we had GameStop coming through with cutting health benefits and cutting benefits for their employees. And now we have Microsoft removing a perk that literally costs them nothing. It's a free thing that they give out to their employees. They are removing their ability to have access to Game Pass Ultimate moving forward. Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full story on this. But for this video, let's talk about what this means for the video game industry at large. Microsoft is revoking the complimentary Xbox Game Pass Ultimate perk for the majority of their 238,000 employees in their workforce, a move that has led to dissatisfaction among some of the employees already. This news broke from Tom Warren of The Verge with the scoop that Microsoft employees aren't happy that they're losing free Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Starting in January 2024, most Microsoft employees will have to start paying for Xbox Game Pass at a discounted rate. And let me kick this off by just saying, yes, I understand losing access to Microsoft Game Pass Ultimate is not the biggest deal in the world, especially for the vast majority of Microsoft employees that don't even play video games and don't take advantage of this. But with that being said, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. In a move that seems to defy the very essence of corporate generosity, Microsoft is a tech titan, one that just recently purchased Activision Blizzard for, give or take, $69 billion with a billion dollars. They are now concerned about Game Pass being free for their employees. Okay. This isn't about the monetary value of the subscription. Let's face it, we're not talking about a company that's counting pennies here. This is about the message it sends when a corporation whose valuation stretches into the stratosphere decides that a freebie, which, let's be honest, is a drop in the ocean in the grand scheme of what they make, is too much for their own good within their own workforce. It's the principle, the gesture. It's got to be taken as a slap in the face by Microsoft employees across the board. And while The Verge broke this news, I saw on Video Games Chronicle that Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, apparently had no idea that this was happening and he was caught off guard. And there are rumors right now that he is promising to look into this matter because he had no idea that it was even happening. One has to wonder how a decision like this gets made and somehow bypasses Phil Spencer from even being informed about it. That I would question. But in the meantime, Microsoft's been hiking their prices left and right. The Xbox Game Pass Ultimate now digs deeper with a $16.99 USD per month cost. And don't forget the Series X price getting a boost in a lot of markets across the world. And meanwhile, Game Pass boasting a whopping 25 million subscribers at last count, the service is clearly not lacking in appeal or financial success. So why the sudden pinch with the internal perks? This makes no sense, especially when you pair it with Microsoft's CEO Satya Nadella last week cheering on Starfield setting new records with Game Pass subscriptions. With such a triumphant backdrop, one really has to wonder what's really going on at Microsoft right now. A move like this feels more like corporate desperation than savvy business. In the grand scale of Microsoft's business, the cost of extending this courtesy to the entire team is negligible. It barely even scratches the surface of what they earn, yet they're taking it away. I could only imagine the morale and the perception of the employee workforce at Microsoft right now, hearing the news that a perk, something that was free before, is being taken away. I feel like this kind of thing seems to happen more and more as we move on in this world where people get less and less and less. This decision is not about the access to games or perks. It's about how a company values its employees. And clearly, Microsoft is sending a message right now that they don't give a crap about you. If you work for them, they're going to offer you something, get you to get hired, and then take it away from you as soon as you get comfortable. Oh, and you enjoy the games on it, you like what it provided to you. Too bad, so sad. Now start paying the company that you work for something that you were getting for free before. It's clear to me that Microsoft pressed the wrong button on this one, and the only way for them to rectify it is to put out an apology, walk back what they were taking away, and give to the employees what they were promised when they signed on. From a personal perspective, when I worked at Sony Online Entertainment, I had a free Sony Online pass to access every single game that Sony Online put out there. So I could play any of the titles, whether it be EverQuest or Vanguard or Matrix Online even. They had a slew of games there that they housed, they worked with, that they had a part in, that all their employees had the benefit to access. And to be honest, I only used it for a few things. I didn't use it to the length I could have because I played other games as well. But it was nice to have the option, and it literally cost Sony Online next to nothing to provide it to us. So it was a nice gesture. Microsoft taking Game Pass Ultimate away from their employees outside of the Xbox division is a slap in the face to everyone working there that signed on thinking this is something that they'd get in addition to what their other benefits package was. And I don't know where this kind of trend will ultimately lead us, but it's not a great direction for humanity in general. It feels like gaming, especially right now, is feeling the pinch. I understand inflation is running wild and monetary system is completely out of control and people were expecting one thing, getting another, and I get it. I get all of that. But getting down to the basics of now we have a multi-billion dollar conglomerate of Microsoft not allowing their employees to access something that Microsoft puts out there that literally costs them nothing to do. I don't know. I feel like that's something they should be offering to their employees. And the fact that they did offer it and now taking it away, it's just a really bad look. That's how I feel about the situation. But let me know what you guys think. I know the comments on Twitter right now are all over the map. There's a lot of people that are just like, yeah, it's fine. Who cares? They shouldn't be getting it anyway. Or it's not a big deal. And that kind of stuff. I'm like, no, this is a big deal because it just shows how much Microsoft doesn't care about their employees if they're doing stuff like this. This is a big deal. At least to me it is. Many people on the tweet replies to Tom Warren were talking about how these people should be thankful that they still have a job there and that this isn't a big deal. Almost a likening to Microsoft is taking away Game Pass Ultimate from all of their employees in order to save their job. Those two things are nowhere near the realm of equivalent in any universe. Like, one of them is their job, where they have benefits, health insurance, all this money, the pay, everything. And then you have Game Pass Ultimate, which is literally a checkbox that is all digital, that costs them literally nothing. And if it does cost them something, it is pennies. It is a drop of water in the ocean of how much money Microsoft makes. Maybe they need to pay the publishers, obviously, for the games being played and the time being played, and that money is all interchanged. Okay. But is it going to really be anywhere close to something that is worth getting rid of for Microsoft employees because it's just costing them too much? And furthermore, are they going to lose their job if they kept Game Pass Ultimate? I have a really hard time believing that. I'm going to leave it there. Check out smashjt.com for the full article describing this crazy situation. I'll put a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing. Smash it.